Hello and welcome to my channel, Million Journeys Finance. I'm on a mission to reach a net worth of $1 million from scratch. Each dollar will be a journey, each will have a story, and I'm excited to have you join me as we see what it's like for an average guy to go from essentially nothing to $1 million. I'm not an expert on anything financial, so legal disclaimer, I can't give you any advice on your finances. This channel isn't about teaching, it's about learning. I want to show you my learning process so that you can learn from my successes and mistakes. I know that I've received so much help from watching other finance channels, but most of them are already accomplished financially, so I thought it would be fun to show a person starting from the bottom. My interest in the world of financial independence is actually very recent. Until last year, I never saved much, never invested anything. I always made enough to pay all my bills and buy some material things here and there that made me happy. Then, last year, I took a trip overseas to see a friend. I visited a couple different countries throughout the trip, and this feeling hit me like a lightning bolt. Here I was wasting my life in my little tiny corner of the world, surrounded by material things, when there is this entire world full of amazing places and people. There was just one problem though, and no, it's not money, it's time. Like the average person, I only have a few weeks a year of vacation. I'll be honest, the sudden realization that I was stuck in a gilded cage sent me into a panic. I didn't know what to do, but I knew that I could never see things the same way. And so I committed myself to changing my life. I started to question everything. What I spent, what I owned, where I lived, how I lived. Once you take that red pill, you can never go back. It was a scary experience. The sudden realization that you wasted so much time, money, and energy can be really depressing, but fortunately it's also an amazing motivational tool. They say that we are more motivated by avoiding pain than by pursuing pleasure, but I believe that we work harder for the things we love than against the things we hate. I don't hate my past life, I just love my new life. I love the challenge, the hard work, the joy of making even just a few cents in passive income on last month's investment. I'm taking on this journey with positivity, and I hope it helps you be more positive about your own journey. So, a flashback to me returning from the trip. I knew I needed to change everything. How do I start? I took stock of everything I owed and my current budget. I had credit card debt, little savings, and a very expensive vehicle. I was around $40,000 in the hole. This is going to take some good old-fashioned elbow grease. I went after the credit card debt first, about $6,000 worth. I threw every extra dollar I had left after paying bills at it, as well as dipping into savings. It took about 4 months to finally pay it all off. Then I turned my attention to the vehicle. I owed $30,000 on it, so this was going to be difficult. I decided to get a second job, which inadvertently taught me two important life lessons, which I'll go over a little later. Between 2 full-time jobs and burning through the rest of my savings, I managed to pay it off in about 6 miserable months. Then I finished everything off by paying off any little things I had bought on credit, such as a phone or new tires for the vehicle. At that point, I was officially debt-free. So now here we are, y'all caught up on how we got here. Since we covered the past up to the present, now let's talk about the future, since that is the purpose of this channel. I'm going to be starting with just a few $1,000s and 3 simple rules. Number 1, you need more than one source of income. This is the first lesson I referred to earlier. A second job is the easiest way to get money now. Your investments will all take time to generate money, but anyone can trade time for dollars, and right now I have more time than dollars. 2, you should always seek to turn liabilities into assets. This is the other lesson. The 2 best examples are vehicles and real estate. They should make you money, not cost you money. My vehicle was a liability for the first few years, but then once I started using it for the second job, it became an asset and not only started paying for itself, it made me money on top of that. I still use it for that job, and it still makes me money. And now that it's paid off, I get to keep a lot more of that profit. The real estate part is coming down the pipeline, so stay tuned for that. Number 3, you need to know what your standards are, and you need to hold yourself to them. Nobody cares as much about your success as you. So if you won't be honest with yourself, who will? If you want a certain standard of life, then you have to meet a certain standard of work. You can always do a little bit more, and you can always do more than what you think you can do. I've worked 120-hour weeks, and I believe that the 40-hour work week was designed to keep us just tired enough that we don't want to do more, but just paid enough that we are content and don't ask for more. If we work more, we're told that we're overworked or just greedy. And if we work less, we're made to feel lazy. We need to stop letting other people decide what standard of life we have. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." So thank you for watching my video. I'm excited to get started, and I hope you'll join me on my 1 million journeys. I'll be posting updates about my investments so you can follow that progress. But money isn't everything, and the goal of a happier and more fulfilling life is the main motivation behind the desire to increase my wealth. So I'll also be making videos to help you get motivated, get more out of life, help keep both you and I accountable, and just have fun. Thanks again. See you next time.